I'm about to get my Game of Thrones freak on. Freak on.
Are you recording yourself doing that? Hot dog.
Hot dog. They want your hot dog. It's the closest a pigeon's got to me. Without running. You're circling.
You're surrounding me.
After breakfast, I left Brielle and I went to go on the Game of Thrones walking tour. And so that is where I'm going right now. It was so cool to be able to walk around this city and see all of the iconic filming spots.
When they come from Scandinavian countries, for them this is still warm. If you look here, this is the same fort except they added some towers and some serrations.
Welcome to part 2 where we explore all the Game of Thrones locations in Dubrovnik. He's so cute. I can't get over this. Oh my gosh. This was such a cool experience because I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. I watched the whole series probably like a year or two before this. Game of Thrones did a lot for this city and it was so cool to walk around and see, whoa, this is exactly how it looked in the show. There were only a few parts like adding a tower to the castle because in the first season they filmed King's Landing in Malta, and so to match the outside look of the castle they added that in through CGI. Other than that, it was like completely the same. What was really cool was walking around this castle and seeing that Game of Thrones barely changed anything. They took out a few electrical stuff, but other than that, everything was exactly the same. One of the most iconic scenes ever in Game of Thrones is the scene "Power is Power," and it takes place right here.
Prominent families often forget a simple truth. I've found.
And which truth is that?
Knowledge is power.
Seize him. Cut his throat. Stop. Wait. I've changed my mind. Let him go. Step back 3 paces. Turn around. Close your eyes. Power is power. Do see if you can take some time away from your coin.
Thing is exactly the same. And these were just props inserted. I know this looks so much bigger on screen than it does in real life. This is now after the rain because we have
Nobody uses it anymore.
They have a regular water. Oh yes. Bird picks her up, puts her on his shoulder.
So what's cool about this is the tour guide was explaining how in this exact same castle, they turned it into a completely different scene that involved the Hound. So this entire castle they used for multiple different scenes that weren't even just for King's Landing.
The same logo with the yellow there. So, on the top of that fort, we have them waiting for the Iron Fleet. If you look 1 floor below, see that small window? That's where the House of the Undying is inside. So that's where she goes inside and tries to free her dragon.
Daenerys Stormborn.
This is not my home. My home is across the sea where my people are waiting for me.
They will be waiting a long time.
They just came out of that entrance there, exit there, and they're now inspecting the walls and fortifications after the Blackwater Bay battle.
A lot of it was exactly how it looks. There were some of the same cracks in the castle that they were using. Or, you know, the only thing that they really took out were some of the wiring for the lights and things like that. They even accidentally left in a Croatian flag that a lot of the locals recognized in one of the parts of the castle. And that was probably by accident, but it ended up being a fun thing for, you know, the people. So we continued to explore around, and we went to the famous pier where we see a lot of times throughout the series, but most importantly at the end when we see Jon Snow reunite with his family and Bronn become the king.
You're great.
And we also got this really sweet story from our tour guide. He proposed to his wife there way before the series was even made. This is the iconic spot that Sansa escapes after Joffrey is killed.
Where is she? No one leaves the capital! No one!
And this is the pillars right there.
They're working on the stairs right there where Cersei took her walk of shame.
She comes before you with a solemn heart, shorn of secrets, naked before the eyes of gods and men, to make her walk of atonement.
Shame! 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 Shame!
Game of Thrones also paid the locals to shut their windows during Cersei's walk of shame. They shut the windows on the houses that were on that street and paid people to keep their windows shut for the filming. So, you know, Game of Thrones did a lot for this city. Our tour guide was telling the story that Dubrovnik allowed Game of Thrones to film in the city everywhere that they wanted for free. And it was really smart because that made Game of Thrones pick that location instead of going somewhere else and paying a bunch of money to be able to film in like other spots. You know, that could have been King's Landing. They picked Dubrovnik. And because of that, Dubrovnik is now known for Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones brings so much tourism to this place. Research shows that between 2012 and 2015, around 240,000 tourists visited the city just because of the show. And this was while they were still filming. These tourists who were there for God spent around 126 million euros over that 3-year period. That is insane. My tour guide was also telling us that Game of Thrones brings in around 15 million euros a year alone, just from tourism, just from people buying things. Like, that is insane. And it really makes you think about the impact that film and TV has on society. Like, it's insane. Guys, I'm so happy I did that tour. Game of Thrones is insane, and it was just amazing to look around the city. But now I'm going to meet up with Brielle. But look at this. I mean, wow. Wow. We are gonna touch the water and test if it is cold. Let's see. It's actually like pretty good. Like, it's a little chilly. It would definitely be a little cold at first, but it's actually pretty warm. Like, that feels good.
It could be worse. It could be worse.
It could be way worse. Maybe we'll swim. I don't know. We don't have our swimsuits on us though.
Kiara, look at this amazing view.
Sorry, I'm writing. Well, no. Wait, didn't go there.
Are you not on the script?
No.
Okay. Kiara, you have to see this amazing view.
Sorry, I'm writing right now. Can you write? So Brielle and I guess, are procrastinating writing our scripts because we're taste testing.
Part 1000.
Yeah, literally. We're taste testing these drinks that we got in a supermarket. So here we go. Okay, Brielle, do the first sip. It's good? Okay, does it taste like alcohol or is it just juice?
No, it's just juice.
Yeah, I figured because it was in the
It
kids
tastes like a
section.
Capri Sun, kind of.
Okay, that's the vibe I was hoping for. Pop this baby open.
That was better than I was expecting.
Okay. I don't like how it's paper straws, but okay, ready? Mmm. That's good. We also got another drink. We'll see if we pop it open, then we'll taste test. Oh, I hated what I just did. Brielle and I are at the airport right now, and you know how they tell you to show up like 2 hours early? You know, Brielle and I are 2 hours early, and our Uber driver was telling us, he's like, oh, there's a restaurant over there, in case you need to go, it's open, it's open. It's like, okay. But, you know, we're going to the airport, so we'll get here, we'll be fine. Guys, this is the quietest, the emptiest airport we have ever been in.
There's not a soul in sight right now.
Like, genuinely? Like, it's insane, and this is closed. So, daily break, more like only in the summer break. Anyway, we're flying home in this gate, 24.